And we're back. It's Friday, and it's time for Magic before we go to work. And so we're still on the Izzet Flash train. We're not going to take a lot of time talking about this. I made a few changes. So let's just look at them quick. This used to have 4 ops in it. I made some changes after doing some research on Reddit. There's a long Reddit thread about this deck. Lots of talk about things that should maybe be put in here. But right now I'm just trying to make very small changes because I don't really want to change up the playstyle too much while I'm still in the learning mode. So changes. And we made changes that are not, I would argue, not hugely impactful, but we'll see. So originally this had 4 ops. We replaced 2 of those ops with 2 Omens of the Sea. My reason for this was twofold. One was, I think often this deck, ideally, this can happen, but ideally on turn 1, I'm not really sitting there saying to myself, like, gee, I wish I had a different card in my hand, to use Opt and Scry and find something different than I do have. And if I was in that scenario, it's possible. So Omen of the Sea still has Flash, and this lets us look at one more card and draw, and then also gives us instant speed, sacrifice Omen of the Sea, Scry 2. So it just has a little bit more of a value engine to it. And again, I'm just not often finding scenarios where it's like, oh man, I only have 1 mana left, and thank goodness I'm just holding an Opt instead of an Omen of the Sea. It's like, nope. Typically, the times that I've played Opts in this deck, it's felt like, I have 2 mana or 3 mana, and, I would Scry 2 if I could, but that's not what Opt does. So we're going to keep 2 Opts, keep 2 Omen of the Sea. Fine. Quench, used to be 3 Quench. I've replaced 1 Quench with a Whirlwind Denial. Now, apparently, there's a lot of talk about this card being a lot better than people think. So what it says is for each spell and ability your opponent controls, counter it unless its controller pays 4. A similar effect to Quench, but I'm under the impression that this can counter other things like a Hydroid Krasis, the draw effect and the gain life effect, which would be insane, right? Because that's definitely what would hurt this deck a lot. We kept in the Thrix. I really considered replacing Thrix with some of the Phoenixes. Let me go see. Phoenix of Ash. Mainly because I was watching a what is his name? CGB video, and he talked about how he thought every deck should have at least 1 escape card, especially if it's not using its graveyard. So in this case, I thought this card probably fit, and it would be another target for Ember Cleave. So I'll think about it. I'm not quite ready. I would probably replace maybe the Thrixes with this. Yeah, that's what sorry, I already said that, but I would probably replace the Thrixes with this. Let's take a quick look at the sideboard. What I did, I don't actually remember what I took out. I just added more Whirlwind Denials because it seems like just generally these are going to be more useful. I think I took out some. No, I really don't know. We'll just have to pass it with there. That's okay. All right, so let's get in it. We have our quests today. Cast 20 white or blue spells. Okay, that's good luck for us. We cast blue spells. Go down to our traditional standard rank. We've got Izzet Flash. Let's make sure we have the right one selected. We do. I made some copies when I was deck building, when I was tinkering around. Let's get in it. Let's see how we do. Again, today we're going to focus on trying to call these games in a clear and understandable way. I did bad of it yesterday because I got completely flustered in those Grixis smashes, but that's okay. Let's take a cup of coffee. We'll take it nice and slow. I'm not in any rush this morning. Okay. So I get the choice to draw or play first. I always play first in this deck. I think I play first in almost any deck, but that's okay. I play first because I want to be, because of something like this. So opening hand, I'm seeing 4 lands, which is an acceptable number. A Brineborn Cutthroat, a Brazen Borrower, and a Thrix. I think we keep this. I'm very close to playing the Thrix already. I'm a little worried about, I have no counter spells, which is a big problem here. So I'd like to see that, but we'll see what we're against. If we're against like a red deck wins or something like that, this hand is not going to be great. But if I'm against a tempo deck that wants to play like a big 4-mana creature and a big 5-mana creature, that I might be able to get somewhere with. So let's keep 7. Let's do this. I think we're going to drop the Fabled Passage turn 1 here. Go get ourselves an island? No, a mountain. We'll go get a mountain. Because then we'll have 2 blue and 2 red. So Scorpius, our opponent, he's still trying to decide, it looks like, what he wants to do. That's okay. So, yep, 4 lands. Brineborn Cutthroat, which has Flash, Brazen Bar, which has Flash, and Thrix, which has Flash. Okay, so our opponent goes down to 6, but he's on the draw, so that's okay. So I'm going to start my turn by playing the Fabled Passage, and we're going to let our opponent take his turn before we pop it. I don't want him knowing what I've got cooking. So I see a Temple of Abandon, which is the red-green scry land. So he's going to scry. So this is good that we didn't pop our Fabled Passage because he doesn't know what we are yet. He says 1 top, 0 bottom. I do not like that. That means he found something that he would like. Although maybe he's just looking for lands. So let's activate our scry land. We'll go get our mountain and make him think that we're a red mage. And my turn. Let's see if we draw something good. Another Brineborn Cutthroat. Okay, things are going to get interesting now. So I'm going to run down my island here. And being a flash deck, we don't really have anything else to do on our turn. But I think I definitely will be playing one of these Cutthroats at the end of his turn, depending on what he plays here. So our opponent throws out a Breeding Pool. So our opponent now has two green, a blue, and a red. 2 lands. So let's throw it on the Brineborn. He's got red mana, so it's possibly has removal for this. We shall see, though. He does have an instant speed spell. Can it deal with a Brineborn Cutthroat? It does not look like it. So our opponent says go. So what am I going to do? So on my turn, I've got Bone Crusher. Now I've drawn a Bone Crusher. So I've got Bone Crusher, Brazen, and Thrix. I think we're going to play a tapped Steam Vents because I don't have anything that costs 3 right now that I'd like to flash in. And then I think I just hit him with the Brineborn. And we'll see what he does here. I'm guessing my opponent being Teamer, he's probably going to play the card that lets him put another land into play. Yep, Growth Spiral. There it is. Draw a card, put a land into from your hand on the battlefield. My opponent does that during my turn. And that is okay. Does he have another land to put out? He does. Steam Vents. So our opponent up to 3 mana. He is now even with us. Opponent plays his 4th land. He's not going to play anything. Do I throw down another Brineborn? We're going to try it. We're going to try throwing down another Cutthroat. See what our opponent does here. He's got 4 mana. Does he have enough? Yep, he could cast. This may have been a mistake. He can cast a... Oh, and he's going to Thassa's Intervention it. I cannot pay 2. But my Cutthroat that is on the field still actually gets the buff. So now I've got a 3-2. That's good. Our opponent under pressure. We have now drawn a Thassa's Intervention this turn. So that's nice. I'm going to play out my Fabled Passage. I'm going to go get another blue here, I think. Because I just have a lot of cards that cost blue. So now we're at 4 mana. This is good for us, though, because we can defend this Brineborn and grow him. And we'll say go to our opponent. So now we're just holding up Thassa's Intervention to counter whatever our opponent's going to try to do here. Opponent plays a Temple of Mystery in tapped. He's going to scry 1. So our opponent has 4 mana up. And he scries 1 to the top, 0 to the bottom. Man, he's gotten some good scries so far. All right, he's got 4 mana. He's thinking about what to do, My turn. Do I risk doing anything here? Do I Bone Crusher him to his face? I think we just hold it. 5 mana. That's beautiful. This is what we want to see. So we're going to play that land out. We now have 5 lands. Still in hand, Bone Crusher, Brazen Borrower, Thrix, and Thassa's Intervention. We're just going to hit our opponent with this Brineborn again. And at this point, I think I just want to be very careful because I can counter anything he plays on his turn. And here comes a Growth Spiral. That's okay with me. Does he have another land? He does have another land. He puts into play. Okay. Pass to my opponent's turn. So if he tries to play anything big, we've got Thassa's Intervention up. I'm more worried about him playing multiple spells here. So our friend has 6 mana, plays a tapped land, a Breeding Pool. Let's see what he will do. Now again, I could play a spell here, but I don't think I really need to, honestly. I think I just keep hitting him with the Brineborn. And there's an Ember Cleave. So this could be our ticket out of this game, or into this game. Our ticket to finishing this game, I should say. So our opponent down to 7. We're going to end the turn. I don't really want to do anything right now. I want to make him do stuff at the moment, so. And we're getting deadly close to just being able to kill him with a... So our opponent a big Thassa's Intervention to look at 4 cards. Okay, let's let him look at them. Because whatever he plays, I can Thassa's Intervention 1, 2, 3. He has to pay an extra 6 for it on his turn. So if he tries to play any cards during his turn, countered. I mean, obviously. But then, again, the beautiful part is, so let's say he tries to play something, it gets countered, he's like, oh, that's sad, too bad. Bam, the Embercleave's coming down. We're closing this game out. All right, Thassa's Intervention draws 2 cards. I don't get to see him, so I don't know what's happening, but... Out comes another land, a Castle Vantress. So the only fear here is if he plays the right spell, I'm out of... My opponent is going to sit back. Oh, and a Whirlwind Denial. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. We're just going to keep sending him down low. Will my opponent play a card now? He's starting to get very low. He's thinking about it. He has an instant speed spell, it looks like. So here comes Explosion. The nice part about this is, well, is it nice? He's doing X equals 4 on it. I mean, we're definitely going to counter this, right? The only question is, do I Whirlwind Denial or Thassa's Intervention? I think I just Whirlwind Denial this. Okay. And I'll hit you with that. And end the turn. And now we'll see what our friend here's got. Does he have another expansion explosion? What are you holding on to, Scorpius? So, Thirst for Meeting, draw 3 cards and discard 2 unless you discard an enchantment card. Okay, that is a good sign for us. That means he's looking. He's looking for something. That's great for us. Leaving him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left. Okay. So he's got to get something for 5 here. And it's not looking like he's going to have it. Interesting. And we still... Oh, and we have multiple counter spells now available, so... What will my opponent try now? And out comes the Brazen Borrower. So I can Thassa's this, which I believe I am. Going to make him pay 4 more for this. He cannot pay more. So X equals 2, right? Counter it. And 2. Right? I mean, I guess I could have just done the 3. Countered unless you pay X. Oh, and he has a Mystical Dispute. Okay, so he's going to send the Brine Board back to my hand. Ooh, and we may have ourselves a game here. Still scary, though, for my opponent, I'm guessing. We are definitely low on lands. We could use some lands here. And out comes a Brazen Borrower from my good friend. Okay. And we're just passing up because we've got the Brineborn. This can only block flying, and we've got negate backup for our Brineborn. This is wonderful. And you might as well attack with that. Good. Exactly what I would do if I were him. And we're going to try and play the Brineborn here. See if our opponent does anything. He will... Will he do something? Brazen Borrower. That's okay, right? That's fine, because I'm just going to play it again. Does he have a counter spell that he wants to use here? I mean, I think he would have countered it to begin with, right? So, we'll see. This thing's been a pain in the butt for him the whole game. And there's the Thassa's Intervention. Pay 2. I cannot. But it turns out I actually have a lot of other cards. Oh! He's going to be mad about that, probably. All right, we'll end our turn. And he's going to throw down the Brazen Borrower. I'm going to let that resolve. Pass. Let him take his turn. I mean, I'm making him have a lot of stuff now. If we had some lands, we would be in such good shape. Okay. Happy to see that, actually. Well, maybe not. He's got so many more lands than us. Ugh. So we'll see what he's going to do. Oh. So out goes the Brineborn. What have you got, buddy? We shall see, huh? So Thassa's intervention. We're just going to quench the intervention, right? Yeah. And we did it. GG's. Good game. Good first game against Scorpius. It was close, actually. I didn't think it was going to be that close. Get rid of that. So he's going to have a lot of spells, just like I'm going to have a lot of spells. Is Whirlwind Denial still good? He could have Crises. Crises. Let's put him in. Since we might have a counter war going, Embercleave might be worse than Chandra, so let's take those out. 63. The Bone Crusher did not feel that impactful this game. This is kind of my guy to take out every game just because he's not a flash creature, but I think he's gonna have blue spells too, so Mystical Dispute feels good. Do I take out Thrix as well? He's just like he just feels kind of too expensive in the counterspell matchup, and I'd rather just be able to defend the Cutthroat and the Borrowers if they get down and get up to Chandra. Let's try this line. I mean, it's a very different line than what I just took. I mean, other than the Cutthroat. If I get a Cutthroat, well, then we're just going to, bam, 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 bam on the head. Beat him on the face. 706. Plenty of time. Izzet Flash? All right, and Scorpius. So we took that one. I mean, we got to go first to that game, so it's, we had the advantage. We had an okay draw. We didn't have a lot of counter spells, but he left that Cutthroat out for a long time. Maybe I was a little too conservative with the Cutthroat, honestly. Note the unmistakable absence of Ionize that game. There actually were some interesting... So I think I keep this on the draw because I've got 2 lands. Mountain Island, those are the ones I need. See, I put in the special lands. 2 Brineborn Cutthroats, which I think his deck just has a hard time dealing with. It's not obvious to me. A Mystical Dispute, a Gadwick, and a Whirlwind Denial. Problem is, Gadwick is a bit of a dead card with only 2 lands, but everything else is eminently playable. So I think we keep it. And if I draw 1 more land, we are in the fun zone. Now, undoubtedly, my opponent teched to control me a little bit better here. Which stinks, but... All right, and a Castle Vantress. Love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, deck. And we'll throw out the island just so I can Mystical Dispute something. It comes down. And another land, yay! Okay. I'm tempted... An Omen of the Sea. I'm gonna let that resolve. I don't think I need to counter that. It's not my it's still my turn, right? It's going into his... Okay, good. I was like, it's not asking me for my turn. Okay, and our opponent throws a tapped land into play. I'm happy to see that. Let's try the Cutthroat. Don't have it, buddy. Scorpius, don't have anything for this, please. He maybe doesn't. One time? Scorpius. I thought we were friends. Oh, wow. So we are... This hand is actually turning out really well. in the sense that now I've drawn all these extra lands, so I've got space for a pretty good Gadwick here. Let's see what our opponent does. He's going to Fabled Passage. He's going to look for something good here. So I have to imagine he's a Wilderness Reclamation deck. We haven't seen Reclamation, so we're going to Cutthroat again. What do you have, Scorpius? We have Mystical Dispute live, so this is a big play for us if he gets blown out here, if he plays something expensive to counter this. And a Thassa's Intervention, and I say, oh no, bud. Hey, why don't you pay a little bit more for that Thassa's Intervention? All right, that's going to hurt him. And now we've got Whirlwind Denial backup. Let's just start beating his face. Ho ho, baby. And then we have a potentially big Gadwick coming up here. So now he's got to think about, what do I do about this Cutthroat? This is very good that we got this to resolve. A Thirst for Meaning. I am tempted to denial this right now. Yeah, let's denial this. I don't want him looking for new stuff at this moment. Ooh, did he already play a land? One top, 0 bottom. We didn't find a counter spell, so I think we're Gadwicking for 2 here. Ionize and a Quench. Okay. Not bad. We have to hope our opponent did not find something to do with this Cutthroat. If he didn't, he's in big trouble. An Omen of the Sea. That's a good start for us. If he just found a Brazen Bar, 2 top, 0 bottom. He's drawing one of them. What is it going to be? Is it the Dragonfire? It's Uro. That I think is actually okay with me, because I'm not really letting him resolve a spell anymore. Right? Like, I'm not really allowing him to play cards anymore. Or I'm really not going to give him that freedom, so. Opponent, though, up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. Holy cow. Keep scrying to the top. I'm so jealous. Who are these people who just get to scry to... Oh my god, yeah, a negate. This is awesome. This feels so strong. What you got, buddy? I mean, it kind of doesn't... I don't care what you have. I'm not going to let you play it. And Thassa's Intervention, I kind of don't care about this. He can look at as many cards as he wants. Because whatever he's going to do, he's got to do it next turn. Because he's dead, so. So it's do or die time. He's got to have good cards to play. Here comes the Reclamation. I mean, we're going to negate it. Yep. Tap a non-land permanent. I'm going to tap your stupid Omen. That's really dumb. Expansion. He wants to copy the negate. Here. Why don't you pay a little bit more for that, too? Maybe. And let's tap this other Omen of the Sea. And we still have Ionized Mana up. Game over. Great first game for this Flash deck. Wow. You can see how important getting those, the Brineborns in your opening hand. It's like, now I maybe think that I should be mulliganing for the Brineborn. Someone might be watching this video and saying like, yeah, you idiot, you always mulligan for the Brineborn if you don't get it, but let's do one more. Wow, we are on cloud 9 when it comes to Izzet Flash at the moment. This deck's great. This deck's amazing. Crushing. You can see I'm in my unbuttoned mode because it's another conference day. Is my heater still going? No, I shut the heater off. It's Minnesota. It's like 8 degrees. Okay. So we're against someone named the Blancocks. Choose if you will draw or play first, and I will obviously play first. Opening hand, we see Island, Island, Mountain, a Thassa's Intervention, a Brazen Bar, a Gadwick, and an Ionize. I think I'm going to keep this for a few reasons. I've got 2 counter spells with Thassa's Intervention and Ionize. I've got a huge restock with Gadwick. And Brazen Bar is just generally a decent card that actually could run out if my opponent is stalling, right? I could throw this out, and then we're just going to start hold up our counter spells. So Put some pressure on. Big question. Do we throw out the island or the mountain first? We always throw out the island first. Let them know what we came for. Like, hey. Ooh, okay. Red land. Out come the Scorch Splitter. This is maybe bad for us. We'll see. I'm going to throw the mountain down now. And I think I have to hold up Opt at this point, unless my opponent makes me Brazen Borrow or something, but I do not think he will make me do that. So, opponent plays the Fervent Champion. Do I Brazen Borrow the Fervent Champion? Is that even worth it? Probably not. Let's Opt here. And a mountain, is a mountain going to cut it? I don't think a mountain's going to cut it. Fabled Passage, okay. Fabled Passage cuts it, I guess. So I'm going to be taking 3 a turn. Oh, I'm going to be taking way more than 3 a turn. Owie. This is about as perfect of a draw as this guy could get, huh? So I actually don't think there's much that can save me here. Because Ionize is not that helpful. All these creatures have haste. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We are in trouble. Third mana comes down. Okay. We're going to lose this first game. Almost certainly. Do I Brazen Borrower one of these? No, I think I just take it on the chin. I'm trying to decide if I even want him to know what I have in my deck. Yep. We are dead very, very soon. And out comes an axe, hardened by the forged. We're just going to Ionize that. I don't want that one coming out after me. Another Ionize. So now I think I have to bounce. I think I'm going to have to bounce one of these Fervent Champions going into the attack step. So now we're getting dangerously low. Oh, that was perfect. Holy cow, we're going to die. We are dead. Back, you evil fiend. I'm not sure if this actually gives him a window. I don't think so. I think it's over. And now we go to combat. Yep. He does have mana to play an Embercleave here if he wants. I don't know if that's even better than this. Okay, yeah, he does have Embercleave. So yeah, we are just done. So let's get out of this game. We don't have a way to get out of this really. I still probably wouldn't have put it on that guy. So Storm's Wrath and Flame Sweep are going to be clutch here. Fry doesn't do anything. Ether Gust is great. What does nothing? Negate is probably a lot worse in this matchup. Quench is still good. Bone Crusher we got to keep in. I actually think the Brazen Borrowers are pretty bad here. So I think we take out those. This doesn't come in. This doesn't come in. I'm tempted to put in the Chandras because they can board clear, but I don't think I have to. Let's do that. Let's try it. This is a bad matchup for us, I think. We'll see though, because now, you know, like obviously we kept an opening hand. So yeah, we want to play. Oh boy. It's good if we get another land. I think we have to mulligan. It's too risky. And this is a lot safer. So I got Brineborn and Quench and a Whirlwind Denial and an... Okay. Yeah, we can keep this. It's still a little scary, but... And we're going to put back... Boy, do I put back a land here? That sounds insane to me. But also, it's like, do I need to be aggressive here? I guess we put back the Whirlwind Denial. The truth of the matter is, if our opponent... Let's see what you got, Blankcox. Does he have a one? I mean, I'm sure he has like 8 1-drops in this deck, so it's probably likely he has a 1-drop. So we've got a Quench, we've got a Cutthroat, we've got an Opt. I'm tempted to save the Opt after I play the Cutthroat, but of course there's the Scorch Splitter. So let's Opt right away. And Ionize. Let's keep that. It fits our mana pool at the moment. A Temple of Epiphany. You are not welcome here, sir. So we'll see what he gets on turn 2. I've got to hope for not double 1-drop again. Out comes the Robber of the Rich, huh? I think I'm just quenching this. I don't really want him to have that card. It's kind of too good. It's too good. And another Quench. Beautiful. Another Temple of Epiphany. I don't think I want this. I'm not sure. Alright, so now we got Quench, Brineborn Cutthroat up. See what our friend here is going to bring to the party. I mean, the cruddy part is there's like a 0% chance he plays nothing on any turn, right? So when am I going to get this Cutthroat down? I don't really know. Okay, Blancocks. And a Fervent Champion. I'm going to let that resolve, actually. Does he have another Fervent Champion? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. Okay, okay. Okay. There comes another land. Throw out the Cutthroat. He does not have an instant speed spell to deal with this Cutthroat. Beautiful. And we are racing, buddy, so get ready to race. I'm not sure it's a race I can win. We'll see. It depends what his curve is. If he plays out, if he has like 2 more Fervent Champions, then we're definitely dead. But if he has to try to remove this, yeah, go ahead. Experimental Frenzy. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Oh, Thrix, that's a good card. Now this big boy can come down and bring some pain, or he can just quench whatever he tries to play. Let's let it go through for now. Could have been a big mistake. I mean, probably not, but oh, he let that get its thing. Okay. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Thrix, the Sudden Storm, Blancocks. Perhaps you've heard of him? No one stops the Sudden Storm. So are you gonna do something? I'm not sure what he's waiting for, but oh, apparently I missed blockers already? That sucks. Going down low. That does stink. So, do I want a Bone Crusher here? I should have attacked with the Cutthroat. I don't know. We're gonna wait. We're gonna hold up Quench. We're gonna hold up this Bone Crusher. Shoot that. You can have 1/1. I'm happy to let you attack with this. Let's see. Who's going to go on is the question. Man, unfortunately, you can pay for it, so. Yeah, you can pay it. It's going to go here. Yeah. Oh, I played that wrong. I guess I should have blocked the Anax. I didn't think of that. I forgot that the Embercleave was going to buff him up. Yeah. We had mostly fun playing that match. I mean, we got stomped pretty bad. Let's give her one more best 3. That was so fast against mono red. People are always going to play mono red. All right, and against someone who uses Teferi as their avatar. Your opponent is choosing. Okay, so I'm not going to go first this time. But a pretty good opening hand. Ionize, Negate, Thassa's Intervention, Brazen Borrower, 3 lands. Basically, an all-around hand of handling stuff. So we are against a blue mage too, so we're just going to throw out our Steam Vents tapped. No big deal. Our opponent plays an island. Our opponent throws out white. Looks like we might be against blue-white control. And I'm a little happy about that. So we got to hold up Negate here in case they throw out Teferi, which I absolutely have to counter if he tries to play it, because I will lose on the spot if he gets that card to resolve. And he says, go ahead. And I say, all right. And is there anything he could play? I don't think so. We're going to throw that into play tapped. Not that taking damage really hurts him. We have a ton of counter spells here, so this is delightful. This is just great. And I'm going to let him have an Omen of the Sea. That doesn't bother me one bit. Like I said, it's going to be Teferi, Dream Trawler, Gadwick. Those are the cards I want to counter. You know, as long as I never let a Dream Trawler resolve, I am in good shape. So into play tapped, Hall of Fountain. Our opponent is just not in any rush, is he? Not in the slightest. Let's throw out a tap Steam Vents, and we are on our way. I mean, we're just... 2 Ionize, Negate, and a Thassa's Intervention is insane. Okay, he's going to scry. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is one of the strange scenarios where actually going second probably was better for me here. We're at 5 mana. He's probably happy. He's like, I am very happy my opponent is not doing anything. And now I'm going to Castle Vantress, and now I can just start scrying too if he decides not to play anything on his turn, which is fine by me if he doesn't. He's going to flash in another Omen of the Sea. That's okay by me. Sure. This is also a very good matchup for us to not miss land drops, because there will come a time when I may need to play 2 Ionizes. All right, yep, and your go. You have another instant speed spell? Nope. So if he doesn't play anything, we're just Castle Vantressing. But I guess I suspect that a Dream Trawler is about to come down. And a Narset. So he only has 2 mana left. Let's Ionize this. And if he plays the Dovin's Veto, we're just going to negate the Narset. And there's the Dovin's Veto. Let's negate the Narset. There you go. Yeah, I still want you to not get this card advantage. And the Dovin Veto out of hand, so that's nice. And there's the Bone Crusher. I'm actually tempted to throw this Bone Crusher down. And keep up the Ionize. So Bone Crusher, come on down, buddy. And we'll end turn. And we still have the Ionize up to guard against, obviously, the Dream Trawler. And if our opponent wants to kill this, like with a board clear, fine, that's okay. And an Elspeth Conquers Death. I think I'm gonna Thassa's Intervention and just make him pay 1 more for it. Hey, you ever think about just paying 1 more for that? Okay, bye. Great. And we still are not missing land drops. And here, get punched. We're going to hold up our Ionize, hold up our Vantress. And he has Dream Trawler mana. Not that I'm going to let him play it. Although we are now officially out of counterspells. There's a Dream Trawler. No way, sir. Never gonna happen. I cannot let you play that. An Omen of the Sea. Sure, just take it. Sure. Sure, why not? An Ember Cleave. Am I too greedy? Is playing an Ember Cleave here too greedy? Probably, but it is quite good. Okay. Right, and on him. And on to take 10. And I want to make him think I have Counterspell up, but I don't, obviously, so this is about to get a little spooky. Okay, there's Temple of Enlightenment. Honestly, he can't play Dream Trawler right now either, so... Well, actually, he is in some trouble, so he has to get rid of this, but I can flash in this. Yes. And out comes the borrower. Do you have a counter for this? No, you don't. Next game, wow. Man, look at that versus blue-white control. This deck's great versus blue-white control. Holy cow. So I'm tempted to get rid of the Thrix in this deck. In this game. Let's get rid of the Thrix. Let's add our Mystical Disputes. Let's add Negates. I kind of want to put in these Chandras, but they're probably not better. I mean, Bone Crusher had a good showing that game. The truth is, though, I don't think he probably fits that well in the deck. Because the deal damage thing is honestly not that strong, so... Maybe Thrix does stay in. Maybe a Thrix, a couple Chandras, we got plenty of counter spells. Could throw in Whirlwind Denials, is that better? Like, is Brazen Borrower a good card in this matchup? They don't get a lot of permanents out. Let's take one out. Oh, sorry, I mean one Brazen Borrower out for one Whirlwind Denial. And done. Again, because they don't, what do I want to bounce in that list? Like, there's not really much I want to bounce. So I really need to find a 2-mana counterspell in my opening hand, because Left Fronter's going to know that he wants Teferi's, like, and there's a Quench. Okay, we can make this work. And if he doesn't play it, we're playing the Brineborn. So Yaksa, Yokata, Yatta. Good. Lots of counterspells. Do I just want to stock up on lands here? I think I do, because he's probably just going to sit back for a little bit. All right, turn 2. He's not, I don't expect him to play anything on turn 2. Out comes our island. If our opponent tries to play Teferi, we're going to quench it. If he doesn't, the Cutthroat is coming down. Sure, have your Omen. Omen of the Sea is fine. I'm happy to let you play that. Have some more coffee. Yes, 0 top, 2 bottom. Okay, so now that is the scrying that I'm used to, people. Oh, 2 cards that I can't use. Great. And will he have Teferi here? That's a big question. And there's Teferi, and we are going to quench it. Bye, Teferi. That's a huge, huge, huge play for us. And down comes the mountain, and next end turn. So now this next turn, we've got Ionized, Mystical Dispute, or Brineborn Cutthroat. Lefronter, no, you can... I mean, it's a tough matchup, honestly, but Lefronter, no. Great 2 games. Oh, we just keep ranking up. Maybe the ranks are more stringent in gold and stuff, but silver, I mean, right, I lost... I guess we won 2, lost 1 today. It's good. Good set of games. Thanks for watching, people. That's the end. I gotta go to my conference. Gotta let the dog out. Do all those things. That's not and that was not a euphemism. That was, I actually own a dog who has to go to the bathroom. All right. Have a good one. Too much information. Bye.